Hello everyone, welcome back to Tina Teach Django. Today's lesson is about master template, okay? How to extend tag and modify the templates folder. So as you know, when it comes to templates, we're talking a lot of HTML, okay? Let's move on to the first part, extend tag. We currently have two templates, right? From lesson 1 all the way to lesson number 7, we have two templates in total. The first one is listing all of the members. If you remember, when I run the server and I go to a certain address, you can see a listing of all of the first name and the last name from my database, right? From my Django database. So that's the number 1 template. And okay, let me just change this real quick. Not 1 is actually 2. So 2 is for the details. So it's about the phone number, and the join date. This is what is displayed to you when you click on the name of the first template. Both template number 1 and template number 2 have the same set of HTML code. I'm not talking about, the specific Django ones or like the unordered list or whatever like that. I'm talking about, the doc type HTML and the opening HTML tag, ending HTML tag, same with body. That's what I'm talking about, okay? So when we create two templates like that, and obviously a website is going to have more than 2 templates, we'll end up rewriting the same doc type HTML, the same tag, the same, the same stuff again and again, and that can get quite bothersome. Now, we can get around that by having a master template, all right? So this is where the title of the lesson come in. The master template will help us get through that hurdle. And if you want to know why, just continue watching. I'm going to be as fast, as clear, and as straightforward as I can, okay? Now, Django can create a parent template. This is an alternative name to master template that can be included all pages for this Django project folder. So you don't have to rewrite code. Our first step is creating a master.html file in the templates folder, okay? The block title and block content, I'm just going to show you the code in a bit, will be replaced with content from other sources. So obviously, the master template will only have codes that are consistent in every template, every HTML file that you have. It will not have any different codes. So as I've mentioned here, number 1, list all members. Obviously, the Django code and the HTML tag is going to be a little bit different from number 2, and that difference will be settled in the number 1 template, number 2 template, not in the master file, okay? Next up, so this is an example. This is in the master file, okay? Doc type HTML head, right? And this is the title, block title, and block, okay? This is where we have our unique information, unique values put into here, and they will be listed in template number 1 and template number 2 that we've created so far. Let's move on. Head, body, block content, and block. Just typical. For these things, just remember, okay, for these things, these Django codes right here, it means they are reserved for the unique content that resides in each template that you created, right? Each unique template that you create, not the master file. Now, modifying templates. We have available members.html and details.html, which we created in lesson number 8, right? This is lesson number 9. I'm sorry, I said lesson 1 to 7 earlier. It's actually lesson 1 to 8. So both of these two 1 and 2 available members and details can use the master.html file. And this is what we're going to have in available members.html, okay? As you can see, we don't have the doc type HTML, we don't have the title, we have none of that. So this is a completely new file. We have extends master.html, right? This is where available members get all of these, these consistent codes that should be available in every template. We have block title over here. My project list of all members. So this goes here. Okay, I'll erase this a little bit. It looks a bit crowded. End block content, right? H1 members. And then unordered list. Right, for this unordered list is unique. You can't just put it in the master.html file. For X and available members, right? If you remember, we have this code in the old version of this file. Ahref details, right? X.id, first name and last name, and for, and then n block, okay? Just the same thing that you see here, block content and block. Now I'm going to erase this so we can have last clear look of this file. Block title and block content and block. Okay, let's move on to the details.html file. You have to do the same thing. You have to rewrite it. Extend master.html. Block title, details about available members, first name, and then available members, last name, and end block. Okay, and then we have first name, last name display as the heading 1. Then we have phone, available members phone, members since, join date, and then a link back to the template that has all of the first name and last name of all available members, and then end block. Now, last but not least, if you want to see any changes that are being made on your browser, run server, right? If there's anything wrong, just rerun the server again, manage.py run server in the right directory, and go to this address over here. Now I'm here in Django. I'm gonna go to my first project, members, to access the templates folder. Here I have 2 templates, and I'm gonna make a new one. Just text file, and I'm gonna change it to .html, master.html, yes, and then edit it with Visual Studio Code. Okay, doc type HTML, the classic HTML setup HTML head. So my code's a little bit weird. I'm gonna change it to HTML because I want it to be easier to code. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let me just rewrite HTML. And then head, title, okay, and in title we have the block title, and then we have the end block, right? End block is, at the end of the block, at the end of Django code. Here in body, I'm just gonna create some space. I have the block content, and next up is the end block, right? Block content and then end block. Now I'm done with master. I'm gonna go to available members, Visual Studio Code once again, and as you can see, it's totally empty. We start from fresh. Extend the extend tag master.html to get the HTML code that we typed in earlier into available members.html. Now, block title, right? We go with the title, and then we go with the data. All of my available members, okay? List of their first name and last name. I'm going to make it a little bit different from the old version. And once you have, block title and the content, we end the block. All right. And block. Now let's move on to the second part. I'm going to create some space so it's easier to see. We start with block content once again, right? This is where the data is going to be displayed. And in the old file, this part is the same. It's basically the same, okay? Unordered list, and we have the for X in available members, right? And then X first name, X last name, and then list item, href, details, and then X dot ID. Next up is X dot first name, and then X dot last name. Okay, because this is the purpose of available members, just a display of first name and last name that's available in our Django database. And then closing the list item, because we don't have the HTML styling for Visual Studio Code. I'm going for Django. That's why I'm typing. I'm typing a bit weird. I'm typing a bit slow, because I'm really used to the HTML styling finishing everything off for me. And block. All right, now that we're done with that, let's move on to details, okay? And details, we start with, if you remember, extend, right? The extend tag, master.html. It's sort of like Python import. Next up is block title. Block title and then block content. The same with available members file. Details about available members dot first name, and then available members dot last name. Okay, last name. There we go. Let's go down here and block, right? It's like an HTML closing tag. Then we have the block content. And in block content, we're going to display the phone number and the join date part. Heading 1, available members dot first name. And then we have last name. So this will be, that show you, the phone number and the join date belongs to this person that you just clicked on. Okay, so paragraph, phone, available members first name, available members phone, and then join date, available members join date. Okay, it'll be weird if it's available members dot, first name or last name, because the name is just going to repeat, but we're not here for that. We're here for the phone and join date. And then we start with back to a link tag, href. So if you click on this link, it'll go back to the list. Okay, that's the purpose. And then we unblock. There we go. Now I'm here in the command prompt. I'm going to go to my first project directory so I can access manage.py, copy address as text, paste it in here, and then py manage.py run server. If everything goes well, the result should be exactly the same as we encounter in the previous lesson, which is correct, right? We have Jess Brown phone and then member since is exactly the same as lesson number 8. So thank you for joining me today and watching until the end. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Learn today, better tomorrow, and stay tuned for main index. See you next time.